the work that we're doing has importance for the future by the example it sets in terms of physical observations in the field that are meaningful, and the creativity and craft of applying technology to expand our understanding of how this volcano works, both in terms of its subterranean behavior, patterns of activity, signals that it provides that otherwise might be missed without the assistance of that technology, and so on. In the future there'll be new technologies. There'll still be a need for basic physical observation, however, to correlate with what our clever use of instruments and monitoring equipment tells us.
A drone sent to investigate Hawaii erupting Kilauea volcano has left scientists baffled after the aerial footage showed concerning changes within the main crater at the volcano's summit. A drone mission has alarmed scientists monitoring the Hawaii's volcano eruption, which has become one of the world's most dangerous and volatile sites. Kilauea volcano has shocked the world with streams of lava swallowing houses and giant fissures opening up across Hawaii. The latest aerial drone footage of the volcano has revealed dramatic changes within the volcano spotted at one of Kilauea's main craters. There are new alarming cracks and faults seen in a collapsed crater, some of which are spewing with intense steam. Scientists are concerned that an expanding collapsed crater and the debris blocking the vent could trigger a massive explosion. The Kilauea crater has undergone a sudden transformation since the eruptions began in early May, including the surprising disappearance of a lava lake. The drone footage from the U.S. Geological Survey shows yellow sulfur substance on the rubble-covered floor and a scattering of large ballistic blocks around the crater rim. USGS officials revealed that the empty vent once housed a 12-acre lava lake up until a few weeks ago. The vent is currently empty of lava and has been stretched to massive 100 acres. The boulders blocking the crater's eruptive vent have stopped huge clouds of ash emerging, but the consequences are unknown. Kyle Anderson, a geophysicist with the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, said experts are uncertain whether this could end eruptions or cause another bigger explosion. Kyle Anderson said, "We really don't know the implications of this long term. It's possible that new explosions will blast through the rubble at the bottom of the vent. These may or may not be larger than the previous explosions. It is also possible that the vent may become permanently blocked, ending the explosions entirely. The depth of the crater is not yet known." This comes as volcanologists showed that the month-old eruption on Hawaii's Big Island has entered a new, quieter, calmer phase inside the crater.
As the Hawaii Island community was inundated with lava erupting from the Kilauea volcano, the Hawaii National Guard was activated, calling soldiers and airmen to perform their state mission to ensure that residents of Hawaii County are safe and that their property remains secure.
Task Force Hawaii has been established by the Hawaii National Guard. It's composed of airmen and soldiers from the Army and the Air National Guard. And what we do in Task Force Hawaii is we mission command or command and control the organizational assets and resources that are here on island and the Big Island in response to assistance as requested by the County of Hawaii. So what we've done is we've established several teams that are working with the first responders on the Big Island. One team is the aviation element. They're working with the Hawaii Fire Department and their aviation element to provide that support as needed. We have two teams on the ground that's composed of our security team that go out to the neighborhoods in response to requests from Hawaii County Police Department in regards to presence patrols. And then we have traffic control points and checkpoints to control the flow in and out of the affected area.
The security teams provided 24-hour support of communities at specific checkpoints.
Our typical shift is we man a post. We have about 5 posts set up. We make sure no one is allowed in or out. If people is allowed in, we let them know what the status is on the inside.
Command and control was provided at a joint emergency operations center where the ever-evolving conditions on the ground changed as new volcanic fissures opened each day.
When it first developed, the Hawaii National Guard Joint Operations Center stood up a very small initial response. But over time, the incident has grown in scope and in danger in regards to the lava and where the lava is, especially in the Leilani Estates and then the East Rift Zone. So we've had to increase the amount of personnel on the ground and amount of resources that we have to apply in order to assist the county in their efforts to help the community respond to whatever Pele does, and then also hasten the recovery of the community when all of this is over.
A public affairs team was also dispatched to assist Hawaii County authorities with on-site lava coverage and also coordinated media inquiries from international, national, and local media outlets. National Guard civil support teams from Hawaii's 93rd CST and Arizona's 91st CST provided around-the-clock monitoring of sulfur dioxide levels that protected both first responders and residents of Puna. Members of the community were very grateful for the support.
I have a lot of friends and family that live in Leilani Estates, and to just them knowing I'm here helping their community it means a lot to them. Like local people helping our friends and family, our community, it means a lot to the community.
Plans are also being developed in the possible case scenario where a large section of the community gets cut off by an active lava flow. This is Tech Sergeant Andrew Lee Jackson reporting with the Hawaii National Guard.
Starting in the lower East Rift Zone, Fissure 8 is still the most active fissure and is continuing to produce persistent fountains up to heights of 260 feet, and it's feeding a major lava flow field that is heading northeast alongside Highway 132. The flow front is moving at about 80 yards an hour and is currently 0.85 miles west of the Four Corners intersection. A mandatory evacuation is in effect for Leilani Estates, and residents of Kapoho beach lots and vacation lands are being urged to evacuate by 6 p.m. today or risk being isolated if the lava flow cuts access to Beach Road. The Fissure 18 flow front has stagnated about half a mile from Route 137, but small breakouts are still occurring further up the flow, with the most active one about 1.5 miles from the road. At the summit, ash continued to erupt intermittently from the vent in Halema'uma'u crater, and continued explosions and elevated seismicity are expected. And the overlook vent itself within the crater has grown from about 12 acres to more than 100 acres as a result of the explosions. So communities downwind should continue to be prepared for ashfall and fog as long as the explosions continue. And as always, the USGS Volcanoes website for the Hawaii Volcano Observatory is a good place to find information about preparing for and dealing with ash. Thanks. Lower East Rift Zone in the Leilani Estates area, Fissure 8 was the most active fissure overnight. It was producing fountains up to 250 feet high and continued to feed a lava flow moving north out of the Leilani Estates area, and then which turned northeast along Route 132 into the Nori Farms Road area. This morning, as of 6:15 a.m., it was about 2 miles from the Four Corners intersection, and that's about 2 miles to the west. Currently, the county is advising vacation lands and Kapoho beach lots residents to evacuate because of the danger of roads in the area being cut off by lava flows. And we should also note that cell phone towers and regular landlines have been heavily damaged in the area, and so there may be reduced service. At the summit crater, we are still seeing intermittent ash eruptions and still experiencing elevated seismicity and heavy gas output. The National Weather Service yesterday notified us of a plume rising to about 12,000 feet, but because of weather, visibility was so bad that we were having trouble confirming it on the ground. Regardless, we expect ash plumes to continue, as well as the elevated seismicity and gas emissions.
roof, or just going to be on a narrow bench there on land?
And the smell, it smells like charcoal. That's actually a mix of sulfur dioxide and vegetation that's moldering and burning. Air personnel is ready in a moment's notice
Right. Anything else, just let me, I'm going to roll behind your shoulder here for a sec. Sure. Rolling. You know, from one step now. No. I'm going to switch around.
Running under the house, and I'll show you where it goes here, but as we do, take a look around at the landscape here a little bit.
Yeah, okay, I'll lift it. Yeah, I'll lift it.
Probably at points 5 or 6 feet wide, really, and then, I mean, you can pan down into it.
Yep, I can get in. Yep, I can get in.
As you start to zoom in, I will say something like you can zoom all the way down, and
yep, that sounds good.
It's clearly,
good. Yep.
I mean, that's probably 50.
Maybe a little tighter on these three. It's up to y'all. If we don't need to,
I think
we're okay. Okay.
right.